Good afternoon, everybody. Steve with Real Progressives, and I am in transit using my handy-dandy clip to the window so I don't have to have my hands tied to it. And somebody came into my inbox. Somebody is trying really hard to get a hang on the goings-on when it comes to this whole idea of sovereign currency. And the whole idea of by printing more, you're devaluing the currency. First of all, anytime you hear someone talking about devaluing, they're talking goldbug nonsense. They're talking gold standard crapiche. Okay? So, in the gold standard, you had a finite pool of gold that backed our dollar. Well, when the dollar is printed more against that finite pool of gold, it by extension devalues it, right? Pretty basic. Sorry about the shaking. So anyway, some guy decides he's going to call me all these names and stuff like that. Guys, I'm so used to it. Give me your best, all right? But the fact is that we're not on the gold standard anymore. So when somebody says, and let's be fair, folks, when they say it, it's like a big L on the forehead, right? Or however it looks in there. Somebody talks about devaluing the currency. I see this. This is what I see on their forehead. A neon L. It tells me all I need to know. It stands for loser, but it also stands for LOL Libertarian. So anyway, this poor guy is sitting there dueling sabers with this moron. And he comes to me seeking some assistance. And I read the guy's comment, and I mean, it set me off for about 38 seconds. And I left a nice voicemail for the guy to give him fuel. And I left the two links that are in the narrative for him to give to this guy. Now, here's the problem with links. Only the smart kids read them. So if you're not reading the links, you'll never be one of the smart kids, right? You'll just be taking my word for it. And the whole reason I leave those links is so that you guys will be smarter than me, so you can start telling me new stuff. I don't want to be the smart kid in the room, but I've read all these things. That's how I got to know the stuff that I know. And I put it together in such a way that once the light bulbs go off, these things will help you fight off the goldbug dopies. I mean, let's be fair, they're not sharp. They're dull as a spoon. They're like a bowling ball trying to cut through a piece of concrete, right? I mean, we're not talking about the cool kids. We're not talking about the sharp ones. We're talking about the ones that make everyone cringe. When you're in the room with them, you just go, oh God, can this end quickly enough? You don't want them over dinner. You don't want to hang out with them. You don't want to drink a beer with them. You really don't want to do much of anything. So the gold buggers of the world make life hell for everyone because they don't keep up. They're still stuck in pre-1971 logic. And they still sit there and lust over Wrong Paul. For whatever reason, Wrong Paul and Austrian economics and these really bad blogs excite them. I mean, they love it. They get off on it. So the fact is that printing more money does not devalue the currency. If you've got real resources that you need to compensate, there is nothing. A dollar is simply like a tally. It's like a point in a football game, or a point in a run in a baseball game, or a goal in a hockey game. It's just a tally, right? The only way you're devaluing it is if you've got something that you're locked in and you're pegged on. So everybody says, well, what happened with Argentina? Peg currency. What about Zimbabwe? Peg currency. What about all these other places? Peg currency. What about Greece? Greece is not sovereign. I mean, I got an answer within 38 milliseconds for every one of these stupid comments. 38 milliseconds. But yet they'll spend all your day, they will waste your time talking about devaluing currency. And literally, I think 0.38 nanoseconds is probably too much time to spend debunking the devaluing currency or the petrodollar fools. at the end of the day, folks, do you want to win or do you want to lose? And by win, I'm talking about single-payer health care. I'm talking about fixing climate change. I'm talking about education for all. I'm talking about paid family and medical leave. I'm talking about a federal job guarantee. Do you want to win or do you want to go Rothschilds? At the end of the day, folks, you got to pick your battles. And if you want to be one of these nut jobs hating on the Jews, be my guest. That can only save so many people. You can lead people to the water. You can't force them to drink. So with that, I'm Steve Grumbine, and I'm telling you straight up, printing more doesn't devalue jack diddly. The only thing that devalues it is stupid Americans making the American country look stupid on the world stage and talking goldbug nonsense. Then people say, well, I don't really want to invest in America because they're full of goldbug derps. Derp, 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 derp. Have a great day, everybody.